คุณ Stanley Kang, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for my meeting again.
For business community, especially you are president of Joint Foreign Chamber of Commerce previously. What's your expectation from this election?
I think this election coming out in the right time, right? And then we expected the new election come out. We hope that people can select the right government by the people to rule the company, to manage the company, to make sure that our company can have a better economic, people can have the better life, right? And then Thailand is still a democratic country, so that's why we will have this coming election, I think very soon, and then everybody is expecting for that. And then we believe that Thai people have the wisdom to select the best leader for the country.
During your time as the president of Joint Foreign Chamber of Commerce, you must have heard a lot of concerns among business community in Thailand. Are they still the same regarding those concerns?
Yes, I think the principle, the direction is always there. We don't have much changing. The reason because right now the two key points. First is the geographic politics. In fact, during my term, even before the pandemic, around 2017, we already make the point out. We can see the geographic politics are getting stronger and stronger. And we can see that what happened during the pandemic, even on the post-pandemic, a lot of black swan happened, a lot of competition in the geographic politics coming up. So Thailand needs a very good leader to bring our country, and especially with an ASEAN member, how to position ourselves in this kind of global political competition, and to find what's the best interest for the country. And second thing is that we can see the technology. A lot of new technology, especially on the digital platform, have been coming to our daily life. And then we can see even more clearly before the pandemic and after pandemic. But personally, I believe the pandemic is the accelerator to make everything coming faster. So before whatever we see that going to happen in the 2030, right now in 2023, it's all happening there. So speed very important. So we need to find a good leader for the nation to make sure that he can bring us into the right time and right position for the country to play in the digital transformation too.
By having good leader from next election, what do you mean by that?
I think the openness, right? So a lot of, because of technology coming, so a lot of regulation you got to reform and be fast. So how to set up, make the public efficiency coming up, right? Not fighting all the time. We don't want to argument. We want to find the best solution for the country. A lot of regulatory reform, like we are pushing for the e-government, right? So on the public sector reform, beyond the e-government, plus the private sector also need to get the new policy, new regulation to ensure that we do adjust ourselves into the digital transformation.
When you look at Thailand from foreign business community perspective, what should be priority to be done in Thailand politically?
Okay, I think that one thing will be the ease of doing business, right? In the past, we have a lot of paperwork. Today, when we come to the digital world, so the user behavior will be different, right? So do we still need to sign up and then prepare so much document when you apply something? So also the communication between different ministries, we hope that can be faster, can be shortened. Because time is the money. Everything we are fighting with the time. So how can we simplify and with the security to make sure our operating system are more e-Thai and more faster and more safe? I think that we got to work together for that.
Recently, there are proposals from Thai Chamber of Commerce to attract that the new government to try to think of attracting new foreign investment to Thailand and to promote technological advancement. What should Thailand do more?
I think today to getting more foreign investment in the country, it's not just how much tech incentive you give to them. It's that do you create the good ecosystem and environment locally so we can attract foreign investment to come in here. So I think a lot of investment we want to attract the foreign investment. We got to do customer make to understand what they need, right? And to customer make for them to make sure that we invite the right people to be here, and they will help us to bring the whole ecosystem into Thailand, and then we can upgrade the Thai economy. Especially a lot of people on the reskill and upskill. We need to bring a lot of more foreign experience, foreign talent, and to come to Thailand and to mix up with the Thai culture, and then we can create a new thing here. And then later on, not just for Thailand, we can also found Thailand as a hub to serve for the ASEAN country or even international globally.
You can also vote in this election. Are you looking forward to it?
Sure, that's the responsibility of the citizen in Thailand, right? And after the transfer of the citizenship, and this is the second time I have the opportunity to vote. I hope that I do a better vote this time, right, to make sure that we get the right leader for the country.
What kind of policy would appeal to you the most?
I think most of the I want to select the right political leader, right? The good people. They really have the good idea how to bring this nation with a good basic structure. Most important, competitiveness. So we don't want to see those kind of policies just for short-term benefit, right? We would like to see that the leader can really create the good ground base. The people can learn and can grow and by themselves for the future. So I think the political leader is always, politicians should keep a very good vision, right? And then good policy, and to ensure that people will be implement, can be work, and to be creativity. One word I still have to emphasize is the competitiveness of the nation, our competitiveness, our people. Do we create the value, individual value to group value, to the country value for our society, not just subsidize. The subsidize policy will never make our people be stronger. So how to make our people have more talent, reskill, upskill, and bring ourselves into the next generation and the future business or future economic. I think that's the job and the vision of the politician that we want to see.
By not having subsidizing policy, any particular concern from the campaign from any party right now?
I think as a leader of the nation, it's not just internally or protection, right? The value created because Thailand is not just Thailand, right? The real benefit of Thailand should be, we should think that how Thailand to become the leadership, how we get the leadership or the value sharing within ASEAN, and how to create Thailand, how we create Thailand value for the ASEAN, how we create the ASEAN value for Asia, how we create the Asia value for the world, right? So to work out. So personally, I believe in open policy. When you open the door, people can come, you can go out too. So especially on the politician coming, as a national leader, you should bring this country to link it with the world. So of course, just now we have to mention there's a lot of challenging because the geographic politics, right? So, but that's even getting more important because our new future leader, how they bring us to deal with international problem and how we position the Thai value in the international society. I haven't seen much about this one yet, so I hope that the politician all these political party should tell the people, the citizens living in Thailand, then where is the future for them in the future in Thailand.
It seems very much challenging waiting for the new leader. You mentioned new leader has to be good one, has to be visionary, has to be able to link Thailand with other countries from regional perspective and global perspective. So far, could you find this from any leaders in Thailand?
I think all these leaders, they still have a lot of space to let us know, right? Because from now on, I think we still have another maybe 3 weeks. So within this week, I hope that they can tell us more dynamic policy that they have, right? So yes, they want to win the vote, but when people vote to them, what's the opportunity they create for the people in the future? Right? For us, a current government in the previous, at least I see two visions is quite good. First, as a regulation, they talk about Thailand 4.0, that people are wellness. We are coming to the digital world, and what should we implement? What kind of policy are linked with the Thailand 4.0? And then the second part, we can see that they promote as the BCG. I think the BCG, not the government saying, the private sector, right now, we also accept him on this principle, right? BCG or something like international, we talk about ESG, That's all the added value that we should push on. So I think as a government, any government leader comes out, they should create a real vision for the people, right? The government vision, the national vision, public sector vision, the private sector vision. We should bring this country into a right direction so we can find out the value and the interest of the country.
You have been in business environment for a long time because it's your life to be in business community, and has the same old formula of Thailand to drive to success, like to support export industry, to have tourism industry enough for the formula for success in 21st century?
I think Thailand is very dynamic. So we have certain key industry really leading. That's good. But all this side, we should focus more added value. Okay? So I think Thailand, we should not talk about quantity. Right? Quantity doesn't mean that you have the value there. So we should create more value. Example like tourism is very good. But in the past, we always focus how many tourists come to Thailand. But I hope that right now we should look at how much value all these tourists to come to Thailand to create for the people here, right? So more as a foreign investment, we more thinking about value creation. So more value you create means that your companies are getting higher and higher. Exporting too. How can we still thinking Thailand is a good manufacturer base. So a lot of people come to make investment here. But how can we enhance the manufacturer value are creating there? Right? Can we increase the export value, not the quantity, the value? Okay, so we should attract more added value manufacturing into Thailand to make sure that we can produce and manufacture and ship from here to create a better income for the country.
One of the key industry in the world is semiconductor industry, and it's very controversial with Taiwan issue and China issue. Should Thailand aim at being the world base of manufacturing of semiconductors?
Yeah, it's all possible. You can see that before the pandemic, we already a little bit signal that the trade war is coming. So we can see the same common trade war. In the past, people talk about globalization. So maybe your production base was just in certain area and you can ship for the world. But I think it's very difficult right now due to the political situation in the world right now. So the political tension is very high. So that's why I talk about Thailand interest, ASEAN interest, right? What kind of industry should come to Thailand to serve ASEAN that we have to think, right? Just like semiconductor, the American in the past, they just pay and buy. But right now they think they need to have their own industry. So they are trying to, they already attract the TSMA from Taiwan to investment in Arizona, right? So even China, they are booms on that. Even European countries thinking they should have a semiconductor industry there. But I think with the semiconductor electronic, that's one of the base that Thailand has a very strong production base here. So with the electronic, how we go up to semiconductor, that's we need to have some strategy to make sure that we create a good environment. We can attract semiconductor player into Thailand.
If you look at ASEAN country, it must be quite competitive as well. We see how Indonesia is pushing forward to be the base for electric car and must be semiconductor industry as well. If you look at Thailand in comparison with other countries in the region, where is the position of Thailand?
I think Thailand, one thing good that among the ASEAN countries, on the infrastructure base, we are in front. So I always urge the government, right? As I've been the former chair for 8 years. So we always say one thing: no good infrastructure investment, you will not be able to attract the foreign direct investment to the country. Okay. So today's infrastructure investment, you compare with two parts. One is the hardware infrastructure, another is the software infrastructure. So I hope the government, new government come, they will focus, put their budget in the right infrastructure investment project, both on hardware and software. Then you can create your real solid, hard competitive power, and also you can extension your soft power business there. Yeah. So I think that will be the very important thing that any government comes out have to do it. So if you compare among the ASEAN country, I still give credit to Thailand because based on the infrastructure, we are still ahead other member state in ASEAN, but we cannot just be happy about that because a lot of new things continue to coming out. So we got to upgrade our infrastructure to ensure our quality and efficiency.
Right now, there must be a lot of speculation how the election will be coming out, what the outcome, and how to form coalition government. And is it the main concern among foreign business community about political stability, formation of the new government?
Yes, because especially right now on the global geographic politics is so strong right now. We hope that we can elect a very good leader, can form up a very stable political leadership in Thailand. Because otherwise, if we are not strong enough, how can you go to the global stage to negotiate for the best interest and benefit for Thailand, right? Among ASEAN, among the ASEP, right? Between the old strong nation, like the trade between Thailand and US, Thailand and China, Thailand and Europe, and a lot of things happen. So even a lot of nations coming back, like Saudi Arabia, we start a new relationship with Saudi Arabia, and how we boost up the relationship in the investment and trade. And if you don't have the stable government, and honestly, in a foreign country, who should they talk to, right? And especially a lot of G2G talk is for long-term view, right? And short-term interest is good, but long-term view is more important. So I think the stability of the government is very important for the nation.
The conflict between Russia and Ukraine, rival between US and China, and tension in various areas close to Thailand, and we are next door to Myanmar as well. What's the challenges in terms of foreign policy that you think will relate to economic policy for the new government?
Okay, that's the good story. That's the beauty of Thailand, because we don't choose sides, right? So that's good and very challenging thing. So how can we make the trust bilaterally at the same time not be affected by bilaterally, right? So sometimes the strong country, when we make friends with them, they will ask us to choose side. That's a difficult position for Thailand to make, right? But we still have to face the reality. So I think with the new government we need to have the very good Minister of Foreign Affairs to dealing with all this international relationship between Thailand with different countries. Because the beauty of Thailand is that we are friends with everyone. But today is challenging that a lot of your big friends will ask you to choose side, right? But how can we not really to choose side to affect our own interests? And then how can we be friends with everybody under this kind of circumstance? I think that's a very interesting and challenging job that we all have to face together.
Other big challenge is climate change as well. How to deal with it, and what's the prospect from business community that you'd like to see the government or policy in action in order to deal with climate change?
Okay, that's a special, very important issue. You can see from COP26, COP27. In the past, people don't really have awareness here. And I remember 1 year ago when I attended a forum organized by SCG, and they're very clear. They make a good survey in Thailand. They say the people, whatever the key issue people forcing, people are worried. Come out is a climate change. So I always say that we are living, there's different country, different politics, but we all living on this earth. There's no plan B, there's only one plan, right? So in the past, due to the industrial revolution, so a lot of time we sacrifice our environmental to exchange on the benefit of economic. But you can see that today people have awareness that we should learn how to love our earth, right? Our land, right? Not just create the environment issues here, right? Climate change is very important. The season change, as a big agriculture country, when the time we need the rain, there's no rain, and then when the weather should be cold and it's hot, right? That will be difficult, right? So you can see that even right now is Songkran, after Songkran is our summertime, the temperature is really much higher than before. So it's a time not just looking at the cost, it's really look at the circular economy, right? And then within our supply chain, do we really pay the responsibility to the earth, right, to the ecosystem? At the same time, the governance, right? Do we really do the right thing for our corporate and then for our next generation, right? So don't just make the money and let your next generation to complain on you. So the social responsibility are getting much more focused and more higher. So I think that from individual to the family, to the corporate, to the country, we should focus on sustainable. And climate change is one thing very important issue. And we should, in the past, we take out a lot of tree to turn the land become industry, right? Then we have a lot of carbon emission there. So what will be the solution that we should work together to find out how we reduce the carbon emission? And then I think most of the big companies, they claim themselves, they have the target in 2050, they want to be net zero. So I think that's the thing. It's not you have to do, you must do right now. Otherwise, we don't know our next generation what kind of living environment they have to focus on. So not just doing for ourselves, we should work together, work hard for our next generation.
And how do you integrate all these missions, especially to tackle climate change, into your own business?
Okay, so with the circular economy, right now most of the corporate it look clearly about circular economy, means that not yourself, whoever your material partner, your supplier, all the way to your customer, to the consumer, are you doing the right thing? Like circular economy, you make sure that you don't create a new waste. And one thing very important, even in the past few years, every time I had a meeting with the Ministry of Energy, they always ask me, Stanley, is that true? All the foreign investment, right now they want to come into Thailand investment. They request the Ministry of Energy, you got to give me a clear plan. How can you supply me renewable energy? Right? It means that all the corporate have awareness, right? So example, like in the past, maybe a lot of way we produce energy, create a lot of carbon emission there. So reduce the carbon emission is one of the key things to make sure that we find a way to fight for the climate change. One thing you can see that certain location area in the earth before is very cold. Example like Greenland. Right now, the environment getting better. In the past, the Greenland is the place that not suitable for people to live. But the weather getting warmer and warmer. All the ice mountain is melting. And maybe if we don't stop the climate change, maybe go for another 5 or 10 years, here we will big flood. Several areas, several islands will be under the sea. So we can see the change coming. And in the past, we don't have that much awareness. But I believe today we have enough knowledge, especially on the digital lives. A lot of behavior that we are doing can be traceable. So we have to take a social responsibility, ensure that whatever we do, we are in the right ecosystem to serve the earth.
Okay, thank you very much, Kun Stanley Kang, for joining me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณมากครับสวัสดีครับ